Welcome back to the Drunk Rasslin Lounge. I'm your host, as always, Jay McCaffrey, and I'm joined by none other than the designated podcaster, Go Jonesy. Go, we are on the road to WrestleMania. Can you believe it? It's finally here.
Finally. And we're still a year old.
We are still a year old. Can you believe it?
Dude. Couldn't believe it when we recorded that that episode. I can't believe it now, man, because we're just past the Royal Rumble. We're on the road to WrestleMania, and this is where we started last year, man.
Yeah.
Like, it brings back so many memories. Memories of a bygone era when fans could be in arenas and we didn't have to, have nasal swabs before we hung out with each other, and
The good old days.
The good old days.
The good old days.
The before times.
Well, speaking of the good old days, guys, tonight, for this all the way up to WrestleMania, the road to WrestleMania, what we like to do, instead of doing our regular watch-alongs, we do watch-alongs with just some of the great WrestleMania matches. And tonight, we have a very special episode for you. We are doing the progenitor, the originator, the man, the one, for whatever you can say about him, now, over the years, anything, he's the one who put WrestleMania on the map.
Yeah. So, you know, he's the star of theoretically 9 of these. Right. So, man, they kind of built this empire on his back.
Yeah.
But where it's gone since, wow,
right.
Crazy. But at the start, like, even what we're going to start with tonight, man, is this going to work?
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
we did this last year. Is this going to work again? Oh, you want to do it in 3 cities?
Yep. Guys, we got some Hogan matches for you tonight.
Hell yeah.
We're starting off, we started last year with, WrestleMania has always been about, like, wrestling and celebrity, right? So we started last year with the main event for the first Mania. And I'm always, like, pleasantly surprised, I guess, by how much I like that match. That match is chaos, and dude. It's got Mr. T in it, who has no idea what's going on.
And
but man,
Roddy
Hogan,
Piper wants to murder him the whole time.
Hogan is on. Piper is on 10. Hogan is on 11 and a half. Yeah. Paul Orndorff is also there. Yeah. That match is chaos.
And Paul Orndorff's on 10 also, because he always is. Like What a fun match.
Yeah.
What an awful WrestleMania. Dude, like, with hindsight,
I maintain that might be the worst wrestling card.
My fandom starts at WrestleMania 3.
For sure.
And
I think most people does.
That Mania is stacked.
Yeah.
It might just be nostalgia, but one of the best matches ever in Mania happened at 3. Right? Like, and also one of the biggest spectacles ever in Mania happened at 3. Like, it was enormous.
Right.
The 2 before that are, wow, he gambled and this is what he put on?
This is a thing that happened.
Like, by 3,
dude,
he had the money to do 3. They had 96,000 fucking people there.
Right.
But he did these 2 before it that it was like, oh, these are terrible.
Nah, man, it's a spectacle.
Yeah.
People didn't know better back then.
No.
It's a spectacle of it all.
Yeah.
I also always cannot not compare it to McDonald's. Like, has anybody ever said that McDonald's has the best burger? No.
Oh, kids have.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Well, kids don't count.
They don't count, yeah. They don't have real opinions.
Yeah, you don't count. Man. But
give me that rebel yell.
You got some rebel yell. Here you go.
Thank you, sir.
Give them a shout. Give the rebels a shout, Jonesy. Anyway.
Oh.
Yes, that's exactly
Perfect.
it. Oh, we're starting off tonight. Nice. We're kicking off the road to WrestleMania with a Hogan double feature. So let's get this started.
Well, we got time for tomfoolery.
So
this is the first foray into the Hogan wrestles a monster every week.
Right.
Okay, they started hiring just giants.
Yep.
They had one giant.
Yep.
They just started hiring guys. Hey, Hogan's enormous.
Yeah.
We got to hire guys that are bigger than Hogan.
Yes.
Okay? So that was the game plan for Hogan's run.
Yep.
It wasn't overcoming the Foreign Menace. He did that with the Sheik.
Yeah.
Took the title, was the champion, had a ton of great matches with Paul Orndorff,
Right.
Piper, guys like that. But then they pivoted to this, and then this is where we're at. So Bundy injured him, and here we are.
Hurt the ribs.
Yeah.
Beat Hogan down. He's been beating people. You know, he beat SD Jones in the fastest time.
Yeah.
That was the first one, right?
Yeah, that was at
first
Mania 1.
Yeah. Yep. Beat SD Jones, set the record, right?
That's
and
right.
he had been doing that. And Bundy was doing the thing where he would make the ref come back and count 5.
Count
right?
to 5. That's correct. And we're in the heyday of that here because and he did that to SD Jones. It was the 3 count, and he'd say 5, and then and I don't know if he probably did that in Mid-South. I'm sure,
yeah,
World Class or
I'm
wherever.
sure he didn't. I'm sure Vince didn't be like, "I got this great idea, pal."
Yeah. So
the other thing though worth mentioning is like that was always the WWE's formula though. WWF. That's what the
Monster Factory.
The Monster Factory. As a for Bruno. They did that for Bruno for 7 years. That was always, when they had Pedro Morales, that's what they do with him.
You're right.
That's what they did for, Bob Backlund. You know what I mean?
You're right.
That was their formula.
But they had that gap there with the rock and wrestling gap, like the Mania 1 and that 2 years, like 84 to 86, where Hogan was doing stuff with Piper. Piper was the key.
Yep.
The key. Foe, the key heel.
Yes.
And with Orndorff and stuff like that, and Orton, and, like those times.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's what put Hogan on the map. What put Hogan on the map? That's what, sparked this off. Because had people just tuned in and seen, here's Hulk Hogan, he's pretty cool, but, now he's fighting King Kong Bundy, and here's this big giant guy and whatever else, right? Like, it's just not going to be the same as, as if you tune in, you're like, I got to check this thing out, and you see Hogan, and you see Piper, and Piper's losing his mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing to tune in for.
Right.
So you're absolutely right. And now we're switching gears. We've established Piper or Hogan. We've established the WWE. Now we can just switch gears
we
back.
We can go back to our formula.
Yeah, here's the Monster Factory.
Absolutely. I'm ready, dude. Let's go.
All right, man.
What's the double feature, though?
The double
Are we
feature.
going to surprise it?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's get through this one
My
first.
bad. We're not watching the second match, just this match.
No, I already said it's a double feature.
Oh, okay.
If they're wondering what it is,
it's definitely Hogan Slaughter, WrestleMania 7.
It's not Hogan Slaughter. Although I love that.
I do too.
That's a great match.
Yeah.
No, guys, so we're gonna start with WrestleMania 2, and then we're gonna move on
chronologically.
WrestleMania 3. Hogan Andre. But let's get started, because first we got Hogan Bundy in a cage. If you're watching along with us, guys, we are on the WWE Network at WrestleMania 2, timestamp 024042. We are going to start in 3, 2, and play.
Welcome, everyone!
And there's Big Blue.
Big Blue. This match takes place in L.A. So this Mania was coming from Madison Square Garden, Rosemont, and somewhere in L.A. Probably where the Lakers played. I don't know. The Forum in L.A. I think it was the Forum.
I was trying to pull. All I could think was the Spectrum. I was like,
Spectrum's Philadelphia, though, right? Yeah, okay.
But
when I said the Forum, I'm like, no, that's Philadelphia. I'm going to say it anyway. Let's throw it out there, see what happens.
I kept going. My brain did that thing where I was like, you were like, I don't know where they're at. And I was like, it's the Spectrum. No, that's Philadelphia. Oh, it's the Spectrum. No, that's Philadelphia. Oh, right, it's the Spectrum.
Yep.
No, that's Philadelphia, brain. Like,
does that ring look smaller?
It only looks. Look how little that dude looks in there. It only looks that way because it's got the cage on it.
That guy's mustache is a giant, though. Tommy Lasorda. Oh, rest in peace. He just passed away.
Oh, just?
Yeah, like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I guess all that Weight Watchers didn't.
He was 177 years old, Jaron. Have some respect. He whipped Joe Lewis's ass.
Every time talk about boxing, some white man got to bring up Tommy Lasorda. Holy shit! Did you see they're doing a Coming to America sequel? What the fuck?
That barbershop scene, which we cannot quote on this podcast. Ricky Schroeder. Oh,
Who the fuck is Ricky Schroeder?
He was in Silver Spoons. Now he's a booger eater.
Now he's a sad story.
He's a
sad story full of size.
Well, he was an actor for his adult life too, but he's gotten into some weird shit recently. So
not Scientology.
No, like the conspiracy shit. And all that, yeah.
Oh.
What we're accustomed to nowadays.
Just what's expected.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
But Tommy Lasorda, huge star in L.A. at this time.
Yeah,
because he was the coach or the manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers, and Robert Conrad. Who the fuck is that?
The guest referee.
Is this the Fall Guy? I don't know who Robert Conrad is. To the Twitter.
You don't know who Conrad's I don't know who he is either.
Robert Conrad.
I didn't know who Ricky
He's an
Schroeder
American
was.
film actor.
What was he in? $6 Million Man.
He was in the television series The Wild Wild West.
$6 Man.
Yes, he was the $6 Man. He just died in February 8th of 2020.
Oh.
R.I.P. Robert Conrad.
R.I.P. Robert Conrad.
Wow.
Never got any better than WrestleMania 2.
Well, he was in Wild Wild West with Will Smith.
Man. I don't think that.
Come on.
That wasn't the.
That was a huge.
That wasn't the Will Smith.
That was a huge Hollywood feature.
Oh, they barely. Yeah, it was. Oh goodness.
So this is the L.A. portion of the show. So, my memory of this is off because I thought this was we jumped between venues, but it only jumped back to New York for Vince to host it, basically.
Right. No, they did an hour in each one.
Hour, yeah, you're right. And they cut between them. So they did an hour in New York, an hour in Chicago with Gorilla at commentary. This commentary has to be amazing. Has to be. Which we're not listening to. Nope. And then an hour in LA, and the commentary team is Elvira, Jesse the Body Ventura, and Lord Alfred Hayes, man. And I'm telling you, dude. I don't recall any of that, but Bundy. Bundy
you don't think it's good?
Bundy looked exactly the same 10 years later when he came back to the WWE.
Man, yes.
Not even he had a baby face forever.
Yep. But his body is weird, man. I don't know, yeah. Yeah, he's got that weird shape. He's big.
He's fully round. He's tall.
Yeah.
But he is just completely midsection. He doesn't have small legs or anything. His legs are huge, but he's just Humpty Dumpty. I think Gorilla used to call him Humpty Dumpty. That's what he looks like, man. He's egg-shaped.
Bald head. Yeah, egg-shaped, yes.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Here comes the man.
Oh, he's got his lawyer with his Halliburton behind him.
Well, it's not Jimmy Hart, is it?
Yeah, baby.
Man,
every time I see that world title, it reminds me of the WCW television title. Look at him.
Yeah, for sure.
Fired up.
Shaking the cage. Look, they just got that. It's just held on there with those ratchet
straps. It is, dude. We were watching this before we started recording. I'm like, what are those red things? It's just Velcro.
That's a moment, dude. Standing on the cage, awesome. Ripping that shirt off.
Yep.
We see that one still to this day.
At the Knot Spectrum in L.A. I'm glad he didn't sit his leg right there.
He
just threw it out there, yeah. Are you ready?
He's so ready to go, dude. He's so ready.
Thunder Lips himself. He's got the taped ribs because the microphone was still hanging, and Bundy just swatted it away. That was awesome.
Well,
I love that.
Well, they were still covering back then, man. They were still you know what I mean?
That's awesome.
He was still not. He was not.
Raise this thing up. Why is it taking so long? Somebody's doing this.
They just got their hand over hand.
Yeah.
Get it out of here.
Yeah, come on, man.
I feel like that's wrong because there's no way someone going hand over hand would go that slow. That's somebody flipping a switch. I don't know, it's not going. Click, 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 click. I don't know, I'm trying. It's hanging in the middle of the match. Click, click, I'm working on it.
I love Hogan's punches, dude. I know that WWF at this point in time was the cartoon wrestling, the showy wrestling, but I loved Hogan's punches, dude.
Hogan has great punches.
Great punches.
You know, I mean, honestly, Hogan got a lot of flack later when wrestling got more technical.
Yes.
But everything Hogan did looked good.
Yeah. Well, and he always worked as a heel. I mean, always.
always.
Which was great.
I have that argument, you know, every time I'm teaching guys, I have that discussion because, you know, wrestlers have such a mindset of like, well, I can't do that. I'm a face. And it's like, hold on. Have you ever watched a Hogan match?
Nobody raked more eyes or backs than Hulk Hogan.
biggest face in the history of the business.
Right.
Both of them. Hogan, and Austin.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, biggest faces in the history of the business were the biggest heels in the history of the business.
Yep. Nobody cheated more than those two.
No, but
not to mention the closed fists. Like, he threw great ones.
Yes.
Just reared back and laid them in.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like he laid them in. I'm sure they were great, but like, they look great. Playing with that cage, man. And that big blue cage sucks.
Yeah.
God, it sucks. Like, it's so cool from like a nostalgia thing, but it looks so stupid.
I think it looks good. I think it looks better than the fence. Like, it's just fencing. You know what I mean? Like,
the fence looks more menacing, though. Like, it looks more like a punishment to be in there.
I disagree. I think this looks more like. I mean, think about like. I feel like this looks more like going to prison. This looks more like you can run me into the fence all day long. I don't want to get run into steel bars once. You know what I mean? Like, I feel the exact opposite.
Wow. Well, I don't want to get run into steel bars either, but man, I'm telling you.
Bundy taking control, stepping on Hogan's head. Man, you know, these guys, they got so much out of cheap heat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all
miles out of it.
I mean,
that was all they had to do.
I love it so much. And look, I already go. All he did, he slammed Hogan once, stepped on his head. Now I'm out of here. Hogan grabbing the leg. God.
No, you can't go. That whatever that was.
have this knee to the back of the head.
Oh no!
Into the cage.
Not into the cage with the broken ribs.
Oh, Hogan's dead.
Oh, dead fished.
Dude, the Hogan, the Hogan twitch, man.
Yep.
You know, that was like that should have been that's like the Flair flop and the Hogan twitch.
Yep.
Like,
yeah. You didn't see it nearly as much, but like, man, the Hogan twitch was a thing.
You know,
faux show.
Oh, you saw it just as much. It just wasn't as obvious.
Well, okay,
you know?
yeah,
like,
perfect.
Like I bet
he didn't stand up out of a move and do the twitch. I was
gonna say, and I bet Hogan does more Hogan twitches per match than Flair ever does. Flair flops in his career.
You're probably right. You're probably right. You got like 3 of those in those hour-long Steamboat matches, but otherwise you'd normally get like 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Here we go. Choke out. Here's another thing. Here's another cage match preference I'm going to grill you on.
Okay.
Why are they trying to escape the cage?
To win the match.
I know, but like, isn't the point of the cage to keep everybody out and they finish the business in there? There should be a referee in there. Like, I know we got to that eventually in the WWF, but like back here, when I grew up, I thought this was a cage match. And then I saw cage matches where I'm like, oh, this is here so that people can't get in there and interfere. And it's just a match. Like, I liked that better.
So I think there's room for that as a cage match, right? But I think, to me, the idea of the cage, like the cage keeps everybody out, the cage keeps the bad guy in, and we're going to fight till one of us can't stand up and one of the guys can just walk out of the ring. You know what I mean? Like I always think of, I think of the cage match. You know, I also think of the cage match as the heel. Like, the cage match is either for the blood feud where we're going to kill each other. So, like, I don't want anybody, you know.
You don't want to stop. You don't want to be pinned or submit. You want to murder the other guy.
Yes, until the other guy can't stand up and I can get out of the ring. Or to keep the runner away. You know what I mean? The guy who takes a walk all the time, the guy who backbites and then runs, like, to keep him from getting away. So for him to want to get out of the cage, that makes, you know what I mean? Right. Like, so one way or the other, like, that's how I've always looked at the cage match. So it makes sense to me that I would say I'm fine when there is a
Bundy's opened up,
busted open. I'm fine when they have the ref in the ring and it's pinfall submission or escape the cage. You know, like, that doesn't particularly bother me. But when I think of a cage match, it's you know, essentially a last man standing match.
Yeah,
there's Hogan going to the rakes, dude. Man. Well, he started with a chest rake. He raked him across the chest. Ooh, man, he took that cage hard. Bundy took that cage hard. Pronoun piles.
Bundy.
Look at him go.
Bundy's selling his ass off too here. Like, how many times do you think he had to do this in his career? And that fucking microphone is still up there. That kid is back on the escalator.
Let it go. Not 1 year goes by, not one, that I don't read about some damn microphone accidentally hanging a guy because they didn't pull it up. You know, this is Bundy is selling his ass off, but this is how it went back then, right? Because the monster was the monster until he wasn't, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what you wanted in the payoff, and that's what we're getting here. You know, it's you don't necessarily want to. Back then, we weren't necessarily looking for the payoff of, like, oh, this is a great 5-star match. We were looking for the payoff of, like, somebody finally gave this motherfucker a taste of his own medicine. Right. You know, so, like,
also we're, you know, he's in there with Hogan.
Right.
Like, Hogan's the world champ and he's huge. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not lost on anybody. Like, Hogan's enormous. Like, the only reason you didn't realize he was as big as he was all those years is because he was always in the ring with fucking guys that were enormous.
Yes.
Right? So, you know, Hogan's towering over Bundy here.
Yeah,
like
he's a lot taller.
Yeah, he's a big guy, and this is, and I don't know how many, like, I mean, he didn't do much of this in WWF, right? So the main events, Bundy.
Oh, I feel, you know, I think I remember Bundy being a thing, but I think it was really just this. I don't remember him doing much. You know, I mean, he was in by 3. It was
all this, like,
by 3 he was in the midget match.
Yeah,
small person match,
little
person match.
There's the twitch.
The second one. He was in the Hillbilly Gym match. How about that?
The Little Beaver match. We don't talk enough about that.
Oh.
We call it a midget match, but there was also a person in there called Little Beaver.
It's a different time.
Yeah.
It's a different time.
87 was wild, man. I was 7.
You say that like it wasn't.
No, it was wild.
You know how many people were on coke then? I was 6 years old. I was on coke. I was on coke in 87.
I was born on cocaine.
If we were born in the 80s, there's a decent chance.
Yeah, that's actually. Yeah. Oh. Food's here.
Pizza's here.
Finally. Anyway. Yeah, so, like, actually, he never had...
Oh, here it is. Uh-oh. No, brother.
And that was
hulking up.
That was his finisher, too. That avalanche was it.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he always got the 5 counts on. Everything like that. That was always the deal.
Yeah, for sure. Big power slam by Hogan. Leg drop. There it is. Coming with the leg drop. It's over. Now he's out. Go for it, Hulk.
I'm not going through the door. I'm climbing.
Look at him, dude. This is...
strutting.
Listen, I've never been a Hogan guy except when I'm watching Hogan.
Exactly.
You know, I appreciate...
Exactly. And we'll watch it another time, but, like, that was the...
Oh,
that
Bobby
was the feeling
Heenan's blocking the way.
Oh, no.
Bundy, back up. Kick him up.
Oh, splash him.
That bump off the second was major.
He's going to moonsault him.
Yeah, right. I bet Hogan's head has never gone backwards over his heels.
He's kicking at Heenan the whole way down. I love it.
Over. It's
Ball
over.
game. Ball game. See you next time, Bundy.
Boom. Heenan, run for it. Run for your life, Heenan. Goodness, good stuff, man.
Yeah, dude.
You know that match. I talk all the. You know, I just said earlier about the first WrestleMania match how I am always like I always have a like I'm always surprised when I'm watching it. I'm like, this is good. You know, every time I put it on, like that card is garbage, but every time I watch it, I'm like, oh, this match is good. I rarely watch this match, but I feel like that was a fine match. It wasn't,
dude,
you know.
We have a warped sense of what Hulk Hogan was in this era, like sure. Because he's got Heenan now. All the years. Oh,
it's over.
Good God Almighty!
Big punch.
What are we doing? Heenan's like, what are you doing?
Well, what's Hogan doing?
Look at that bump, dude. Man, Bobby Heenan. No wonder all of his shit was fucked up by the
right.
You know, by the end. There you go.
Atomic drop out the door.
Out the door, back to Bundy, falling on the wood steps, which had to suck.
Dude. Every part about that. He got stuck and had to wiggle down and rolled over and then rolled down. He hit like every step, but like not like he hit every step on the way down. Like he hit every step and then he would like sit there for a moment and then fall to the next step and then he'd just have enough time. I'm just going to
inchworm down this thing so that it hurts. I want this to hurt
as much as possible.
The thing I was saying, like we remember Hogan for the last 10 years of his career, not this heyday, which was 5-6 years. And motherfucker was good, dude.
Yeah, man.
Like there's a reason.
Yes.
We got into wrestling,
yes.
like, and he's one of those reasons, dude. Like he, is like hard as it to admit, and grasp onto. Like Hogan was the shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and if you don't appreciate Hogan's work now, it's like being a fan of music and not appreciating Bob Dylan. I know he can't fucking sing, but that motherfucker wrote every song you've ever heard.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that is the comparison I'm making right now. Like Hogan paved the way, man, and he got us all into wrestling.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I don't disagree at all. I think we need a little recognition that there is a big nostalgia value for us.
Sure, absolutely.
Like that.
Absolutely, no doubt about it.
That one little asterisk.
Right.
Like regardless of how I feel about wrestling, regardless of whatever. And I think we've talked about this before. Something about like looking at the crowd, and not because there's a crowd, and not because they're going crazy for Hogan, but seeing the buildings and seeing the crowd and seeing like that brings back nostalgia for like what the world looked like when I was younger.
Yes,
there is such a big, and then I was a kid, and we've got Hogan in the ring posing and doing the saying his prayers and taking his vitamins, everything else. You know what I mean? Like that for sure. But there is just it's also a snapshot of a world that I remember that will never be again.
Well, and we do the same thing for the Attitude Era.
Yeah, at the risk of seriously just coming right out. I never hide how old I am, so whatever. Yeah, just saying.
You're 39.
I'm 39,
and you'll be 39 again at the beginning of May.
Right,
and then you will forever be 39 again.
Well, I think I'm going to 40, and then I'll stop.
Okay, well, I'm 40, so join me.
Yeah. 40 is like a nice round number.
40 was nothing. I don't know if it's because we were in quarantines or what, but like 30 sucked way worse to me than 40 did. So,
Yonesy.
Yeah. Are we doing a double feature?
Yeah, we're doing a double feature.
All right, let's do a double feature.
So go ahead and excuse me, yeah.
Fart.
Head on over to WrestleMania 3. But before we get to WrestleMania 3,
what?
I got a very special taster for us. to start, you know what? Why don't you grab those other glasses? Do you have another? You have the other rocks glass. Here, there I go. All right.
Sorry.
Nope, you're good. I just know. So,
speaking of Billy Jack Haynes.
Speaking of Billy Jack Haynes.
That was off air. You guys don't know us. Speaking of Little Beaver.
There he is.
Oh, man.
So I know. So our taster tonight, Jonesy. I know you're not gonna enjoy it, but I'm gonna make you taste it anyway. It's kind of my.
I'm gonna love it.
It's my treat to myself. It's kind of our kickoff for the road to WrestleMania. Because you are not a Scotch guy, but I am a Scotch guy. So I got us.
Scotch.
I got us, and I've gone easy on you. We've only done about 3 scotches overall.
Yeah.
Overall, over a year, I've only made you drink 3 scotches over a year, and away from the Drunk Rasslin podcast, Scotch is generally what I'm reaching for.
Yeah.
Now the Drunk Rasslin podcast,
but you take it easy on me.
I take it easy on you.
Appreciate that.
But tonight I needed something. I just felt like it was time to give myself a little WrestleMania present. So I got us, and my drink is Johnny Walker Black. So I got us some Johnny Walker Double Black, which I have not tried.
It's 2 times the black.
It's 2 times the black. It's double the black.
I got to be honest with you. You lied to me.
Well, so listen. So what he's talking about, I told him, I said, I like Johnny. Well, I like real smoky scotches. I don't mind, a rubber taste. I don't mind the smoke. I like the smoke. I go in for some really heavy peated scotches a lot of time. The thing I like most about Johnny Walker Black, I feel like it is smoky without being real rubbery. And there is so much rubber on the nose of this double black.
And I always say
yes.
that drinking scotch, especially the peaty scotch, which I like smoky things, but peaty scotch is like drinking a Band-Aid that had been set into a campfire.
Yes.
That's exactly what it tastes like. And this smells more like the Band-Aid side of that equation
for sure,
than the campfire side of that equation.
For sure. It definitely does. We get this. Me and our buddy John,
Sleepy John,
has been on the Drunk Rasslin podcast. Me and him drink Aberlour, and Aberlour smells like if you left your parking brake on and drove 20 miles. That's what Aberlour tastes like.
That's awesome.
And I dig it, but that's almost like it's almost what this smells like, dude. I can't take credit. My mom, that was my mom, because I drank I'd had a glass and I left it sitting out, and she went to grab it and she's like, "What was in this glass?"
I can't remember even who I co-opted it from. Like they said it tasted like a Band-Aid. I'm like, it does. We were drinking Lagavulin.
Yeah.
And they're like, it tastes like a Band-Aid. I was like, it tastes like a Band-Aid that was thrown into a campfire.
Yes.
Like, I'm not going to get this taste out of my mouth for a day.
Right.
Just like when you sit outside around a campfire, like you smell like that for 24 hours.
Yes.
Like you can shower 8 times and you still, man, what? Why am I on fire?
I'm on fire right now. Well, you're about there with this, man.
Cheers, brother. This is straight up a Band-Aid. Tire fire.
Go ahead, I'll let you. That's all rubber, man. This is a tire. This is a tire fire. Now,
there's no smoke at all. This is just the tire.
I think there's a little smoke. I'm getting a little smoke. It's not even as smoky as Johnny Walker Black. I don't think. I would say it's much more the peat and the rubber. It's definitely
the rubber. That's all I'm picking up at all. I mean, like
I've got a little bit of smoke. I've got that scotchy sweetness. I like it. I am shocked, honestly, like at how dense this is. I did not expect it. Not to get too Scotch whiskey nerd, like this is a blended Scotch. I'm shocked. It tastes so much like what I equate with a single malt versus a blended that I'm shocked. This is, if you handed me this as a blended, I would not think it was a blended. I'd be shocked to find out this was a blended. I would be shocked to find out this was a Johnny Walker. I feel like this tastes a lot more.
Excuse me. It's been too long since I've had Johnny Walker, so I can't. I just remember being young and saying, "Yeah, we're gonna get into Scotch," and then saying, "I don't know if we need to." Like, this just tastes like a plastic bag or like a tire, or So,
well, it makes me.
It doesn't get.
I love it. Actually,
good, brother. We're halfway here for you too. So, and I will drink it as long as we're drinking together and make it drunk wrestling magic.
Well, let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into
the biggest
WrestleMania.
Biggest WrestleMania event.
Have they? I know the last few years the attendance record was beat. Has WrestleMania has not beat it yet though, right? Is it still the biggest WrestleMania? Correct?
Did they beat it in Texas?
I don't think they did.
Okay, then no.
I don't think WrestleMania has beat this. Like a country concert beat it somewhere. Like it's been beaten twice, I think. Like a country concert beat it. Like, I don't know. I know a few, but like it was. I don't remember. Like, but somebody beat it at like a concert, and then I think a sporting event beat it, and I don't remember which sporting event. Like but it was like tennis or something. You know what I mean?
It'd be
like,
hard because maybe. These are football stadiums that they do this in.
Yes.
Like nowadays, anyway. And last year Raymond James, which they're doing again this year, but that would have been
right.
50,000 people probably.
Yes.
They did do AT&T Stadium, and that could have done it because AT&T Stadium can hold like 90,000 people for a football game.
Yep.
So you think about that entire field you can put seats on.
Yeah.
You could get there, but
do you think they're gonna get there the first year we're back off like fully off of quarantines and pandemics and stuff?
They're going back to Dallas.
That'd be the year.
They are going back to Dallas that year.
They have to have their sights on.
So
it.
this year was supposed to be LA, which is a brand new, shiny, beautiful stadium, SoFi Stadium, but COVID protocols and everything like that. And also, they kind of owe it to the city of Tampa to, they didn't get to do it there last year. So they're going to do it there, which is where the Super Bowl's happening. So in a week from where we're recording, we're going to be able to see what kind of crowd they're going to get to have at WrestleMania.
All right.
I bet it's going to be 20,000 people.
Yeah.
Which, man, how much better is WrestleMania just going to be for that?
We'll see. We'll see.
But SoFi would have been huge because it's a brand new stadium. But instead of going to SoFi next year, they're going to go to AT&T Stadium in Dallas. And AT&T Stadium's the big one because that's the one that can seat the 90,000 people for a football game.
They gotta have their sights on that, right?
Oh, I would think so.
Like they
got some work to do.
man.
But I'll tell you, man, like getting out of this quarantine bullshit, like
you just want to go.
Yeah, like, I'll spend $3,000 on fucking WrestleMania,
dude. I get excited when I hear that some restaurants have indoor seating. I'm like, and I'm not even like I'm not a huge restaurant guy, but like it's been, I'm just like, I could go sit down at Chili's.
I can see a stranger. I don't want to go sit at indoor seating yet, but I'm the same way. Like I almost get excited to go pick up carryout anymore. We've all lived through this shit.
We all know.
Like in 5 years, we get to re-listen to this and be like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" Or hopefully that's what we say in 5 years.
I don't know,
man.
Anyway, let's get going, guys.
We got sidetracked.
This is the match, man. No, well, I mean we were on topic until that last little bit. Because this is the match. This is the one. WrestleMania made everybody notice. I think WrestleMania 3 is the one that made wrestling like part of culture, part of Americana.
I'll maintain that forever. This is what made wrestling pop culture.
Yeah, because
Hulk Hogan was on the cover of Sports Illustrated before this.
Right.
But this is...
Well, it's never...
They drew 96,000 people, or whatever fucking stupid figure is always disputed. They drew over 90,000 people to an event.
Right.
And nothing had ever done that before.
Yep. And it's never the first one that does something, right? The Marvel Universe, even though we pretend like it's built off Iron Man, it's built off of Avengers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was 5 movies or whatever leading up to Avengers. Avengers is like, okay, this is a thing, it's not going away.
Yep.
That's what WrestleMania 3 was. WrestleMania 3 was this is a thing, it's not going away.
Right. Yep.
And we are watching the main event of that show. Andre
Butch Reed and Coco Beware.
I hate you so much.
All right, man.
Guys.
Wait, let me get to it.
Go ahead and get to it. We are on the WWE Network, WrestleMania 3. If you're watching along, timestamp 023931. And we are going to start this in 3, 2, and play.
Mary Hart. Bob Uecker's doing the...
that's the Nitro, sorry.
Bob Uecker's doing the introductions.
Mr. Baseball.
Andre's still waving at people. Hey, guys.
For someone who's
the carts. How great are the carts, man?
Oh, dude.
I love this.
The carts. They only had the carts there because Andre couldn't make it, right?
Also, because it was 60 fucking yards from the entryway.
Okay. Except that nobody, Piper sprints to the ring in his match. And
he doesn't sprint. He walks. He soaks it in.
Dude.
Hogan gets there faster than anybody. Those are the only 2 guys who walked.
Are they the only 2 guys?
I think so. That we see on the telecast.
But also, still, neither of them had heart attacks. Is my point.
No, yeah.
You could have walked to that ring just fine.
And also, Andre's in his
I don't know
late 30s here.
Which is Andre's
with the person with Andre's.
This is Andre's swan song.
With the person with Andre's condition, he's in his fucking 60s.
Right.
Yeah, he really is.
And he was already retired here. So the story goes, he was already retired here. They had to put 3 back braces on him to get through this match.
Oh, it was a mess.
Vince had to fly to this set of Princess Bride to talk him into doing it.
Yep.
And talked him into this is it. You're going to be remembered forever for this match. You're going to be, you're going to put wrestling on the map with this match. And we've talked about the guy that Vince has become and whatever now, right? But he was right,
Yeah, well, yeah. Vince was right more than he was wrong.
Yeah.
For a long time. Here we go, man.
Here he comes.
Still got his lawyer
why
there.
Why is he chewing on his
he's
bandana, man? I don't get it.
I don't either. At the Not Spectrum in L.A., there was 30,000 people there. There wasn't. There was 12. But now there's 96,000 people. What man? I've thought about this 170 times in my life. These guys came out to this crowd.
Yeah.
The biggest crowd they'd ever been in front of was what at MSG? Probably 18,000 people.
Oh, they've been bigger than MSG. Hogan definitely has. They had 70.
The big event.
They had 70 at the big event.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that event or this event,
right?
They were fucking
for sure
territory wrestlers.
Oh, for sure.
They wrestled they wrestled spot shows on Wednesdays.
Right. These are the 2 biggest.
Can you
guys.
imagine?
Yeah. These are the two biggest stars in the world.
Yeah.
Right? And this is the biggest crowd they've been in front of.
Yeah.
But like, you know, the other thing, and it's amazing, and these guys are owning it, and I mean, you can just looking at this, man, and I've seen this match 170 times.
This visual right here is WrestleMania.
Yes.
This is it.
Yes.
You have got to be this to be WrestleMania.
Right.
To me.
For sure. For sure.
And it's hard to live up to, dude, because
I mean, you can feel the energy. The crowd's not like the crowd is not even going nuts or anything. It's not like the crowd is jumping and on their feet, but you can feel the energy. You know, right. I mean, Andre hasn't moved in 3 minutes, and you can feel the energy of this match. And I don't know if that's a credit to Hogan, or if that's just a credit to WrestleMania 3, or if that's just us being old asses anymore.
It's all of those things. It's not even us being old asses. It's us being fans of wrestling. Like, what this did for wrestling is it's incredible. I'm going to steal some of this.
Oh, help yourself.
It's a giant ice cube I have in here.
It's nice. Actually, giant ice cubes are better for they keep it colder and there's less dilution and I don't know if that's true.
God damn.
I've heard that's true. You know it's stupid. Like I've heard that's true, but I've also heard that like little ice cubes are better because there's more surface area keeping it cool. Like who knows anything? Like I get so mad because I feel like people are like, oh no, you get the bigger cubes and they sell like the big block cubes and you're supposed to use that and it keeps it colder and it dilutes looser. But when I was like last 4th of July, I think I was making I was looking up recipes for mint juleps. And they were like, you have to use crushed ice because it keeps it colder and there's more surface area that chills everything better. And you would think it would dissolve quicker, but actually it doesn't because there's more surface area giving off more cool. And I'm like, well, that doesn't... What? All right, so which one of you is an idiot?
Yeah. All of them.
There you go.
Because you drink what you enjoy. So,
dude, that's the biggest body slam ever. Andre, Hogan, all the way up on Andre's shoulders. And you know what? I
know that there's been bigger, but fucking Andre looks bigger than anybody who's ever been in there, dude. I get it.
And they shot this, and this is shot so well.
Look at Joey Marella catching bullshit from the crowd. Fucking Detroit. Get it together, Detroit.
Dude.
Andre can't fucking move either. Like, this is so... Yep.
Woof.
How do you fake that?
Woof. all 600 pounds of Andre on one foot.
Probably
on
480 pounds of Andre, but definitely...
Hey, Hogan.
Every bit of it.
Hogan always talks about how he felt every muscle in his back tear when he body slammed Andre.
I know.
No, you felt every muscle in your back tear when he stepped on your back tear. That I would believe.
Yes.
I felt every vertebrae fucking ripple like a piano, like a piano hammer.
I love that. I get it. I love that Hogan romanticizes this even in this day and age. Like even when we get to the post. Kayfabe type of thing. I like how he does that, but like
I appreciate
it. Makes him so silly. You know what I mean? Like because he can't romanticize that Hogan Rock match the way he does this.
So
and it's like to me, it's like you're not like an old warrior. You're doing the same fucking thing. You know, like
fair. I'm not gonna disagree with you. I am gonna say I think there's a mysticism. That's not the right word, but I'm gonna use it. There's a mysticism around this match.
No, you are. That's the right word.
That makes it okay.
Absolutely.
Because I've never heard Hogan. I've never heard Hogan go. I mean, I might chuckle about it. I might whatever. I've never heard Hogan go. Where he's like, I didn't know if Andre was going to lay down for me. What if a guy like that decides not to? I've never gone. Hogan, he had 3 back braces on and could barely walk.
Never once.
Like maybe
never once.
Like if he decides not
he
to lay down,
he labored to chop you,
right?
And he's Andre,
right? If he decided not to lay down for you, you could probably just push, just give a little push, and he won't be able to get back up for you.
Yeah,
you know. I've never heard Hogan say, I ripped every muscle in my back, and I've gone, no, you didn't. But I've never gone, he's silly. But I want to give you the caveat that I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right, yeah.
Because up until Arn Anderson started his podcast, he didn't break kayfabe, and I used to think he sounded so stupid on some of those old, you know, when they'd have him on the DVDs and he'd be like, so and so stepped up to try and help Ole, but it just couldn't get the job done.
Yep.
I'm like, come on, and like Arn.
But Arn still does that.
Arn.
Arn still does that. He breaks in and out of that.
Yeah.
Like that's.
But I'm saying I get it because I love Arn Anderson, and it has not tarnished my vision of Arn Anderson. But it does every time he does it. It makes me go, "Come on, Arn." But I've never done that with Hogan, and I like Arn Anderson way better. Than
I was gonna say, man, like.
But Hogan only does it with this match.
But yeah, exactly. Yes. Like Hogan's talked openly about everything else, but not this match. Mm-hmm. Like he's always been guarded about this match because I know he knows how big of a deal it was.
Yes.
Like, hey man, when I was a kid, right?
Oh, look at Hogan going to the hair.
Do you remember the VHS video board games?
Yes.
Dude, I had the WrestleMania VHS board game, and it was all fucked up. Like, because we had an NFL one too, and it worked fine. But like the cards in this one was like,
they didn't work. They didn't make any sense.
Yeah, my dad couldn't figure it out. Which, like, you know,
did it have instructions?
Yeah, but like the shit was printed bad and stuff. It was made in a sweatshop. But whatever. But anyway, it was
made in a sweatshop.
Well, yeah, I mean. Everything's made in a sweatshop. This right here was the cover of that fucking board game. You know?
Nice.
And so we had that. And for a Christmas one year, we got this
I can't
VHS
imagine
game.
how bad that... You don't still have that, do you?
No, I wish... Dude. God damn it, I wish I did.
Dude.
I am so mad that I did not hang out onto that. Because, come on, man. We would have started playing that 20 years ago if I did, right? So
that's fair. That's a good point.
Yeah. You would have known.
Dumb question. My bad.
Actually, honestly, now that you say it, I'm going to go look for that on eBay. And I'm going to buy it if it's under a dumb amount of money.
Dude.
Because I don't want to give anybody any ideas. And a dumb amount of money is $8.
If it's affordable.
Yes.
There's going to be a drunk Rasslin play along podcast very soon.
Bring your own dice. Hogan's out. Hogan's out, man.
Bear hug, wearing him down.
Biggest match ever.
He's done. It's over.
Yo, one strap Andre, man.
Which way are you moving his arm, Morella? Check him again.
Joey Morella.
That's two. It's over, Jonesy.
Oh, no. He's
it's
snoring.
Over.
He's snoring. He needs his CPAP.
I almost lost it the other night.
Oh, no. Throw them fists.
There was a...
close fist. Illegal.
He's got to break out, dude.
Close
Morella
fist,
can't
illegal.
see it. Morella can't see it.
He's right there. Oh, he gets out of the way every time.
He's running
right,
back.
Dude.
He's running back.
Good for Morella. Good job, Morella. Anybody want a peanut?
177 punches, and Andre's still holding on to the tights.
That's great, dude. Now you got to keep throwing these.
Here we go.
Oof.
Shoulder tackle, nothing. Hey, Andre looks like he's about to die right now.
Oh, dude, he's hurting bad, man.
Dude,
that's a thing that always.
Oh, yes! It's over.
That's the thing that always drives me nuts about this match is just watching Andre, how hurt he is. You know, like
I've always held this against Shawn Michaels. Because
this match.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, there's a lot to hold against Shawn Michaels. I don't feel like this match is one of the things.
Hear me out. Look at Andre in this match.
Yes.
How he's trying to hide how hurt he is. How he's trying to hide. You know, he's trying to give that last moment. He's trying to give, you know, this moment to wrestling, to Hogan. He's trying to give it to his career, and he's trying to hide it, and he can't. And then you watch the match that Michaels has with Austin, where he's advertising how bad his back hurts.
Yeah.
And I'm not even commenting whether it's really hurt or not. I'm just saying he is advertising that. You know, he makes such a big deal out of it, and to see the difference, like that's the difference between a guy. I mean, you know, it's just the difference between, and Michaels is going down as one of the greatest of all time, regardless. So I don't feel bad about saying it, but it's the kind of difference that, you know, between the legacy of like an Andre and the legacy that Michaels has, which is a mixed legacy, right? Like,
there's plenty about Michaels' early career that sucked, and then his late career that was wow,
supposedly.
And well, I don't know why we had to say supposedly,
because there are guys like Hurricane Helms who talks about how it was a work, and you know all that stuff was just Michaels trying to save his legacy.
Oh, okay. Still had great matches.
Oh yeah, I love all his matches. Yeah. And I'm not meaning to say bad things about Michaels. That's not my point. My point is the reason, like, you get what you get. The reason Shawn Michaels will always have a mixed legacy, and the reason, you know, Andre will go down in history.
There it is.
There's that body slam.
Man.
The reason Andre will go down in history as, you know, one of the fathers of this business, right?
Yeah. Barely got that leg up.
Man,
what a great man. As a kid,
dude, that match came down. Hey, let's also talk about how Hogan sold that entire match. Like, we talk again to look back, and you know they talked Andre into coming back and give Hogan this moment and whatever else, and give wrestling this moment, blah blah blah. Hogan gave Andre that match.
Yeah.
Hogan bumped and sold, and you know Hogan worked for him.
Because think about what Andre did after this.
Yeah.
And Andre, that was his legacy to us.
Yes.
You know. And
I mean, he wrestled Hogan at the next WrestleMania.
Yes.
We don't think about that. We think about this.
No. Exactly.
Man, what a great.
And Andre was probably in way better shape in that WrestleMania than he was in this one.
Yeah. And Hogan's moment was 3 punches and a leg drop.
Yep.
one big clothesline that I'm sure Andre didn't mean to fall down on.
Also, this 96,000
and the
people,
body slam,
dude.
and the body slam. That's what I'm 3 punches.
90,000 people are fucking into this.
Yes.
They're fucking all over this.
Well, and they've been there. You know what? And they've been there all night.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, think about
for 4 hours.
Think
four
about
fucking hours.
You know, and think about what we'll see later. You know, I mean, people leaving in the main event. You know what I mean? Like we watched last year. We watched Triple H and
Roman
Reigns.
Yep.
People getting up and leaving in the main event. The main event of WrestleMania, and the stadium is clearing out.
Yep, it's bad.
Yeah, but here we are. The population of a decent sized town is in this building, and they're all sitting there.
I mean, of a fucking,
going,
a capital city that we live in,
right? Like I said, a decent sized city.
Yeah,
and they're all staying, going nuts for Hogan. Can you imagine what the traffic getting out of this place must have been like, dude?
I would have killed people,
dude,
or myself. Sorry, don't do that,
dude. Jonesy, I'm feeling Mania. I'm feeling it.
Are we on the road to Mania?
We are on the road.
Oh, I thought I was
to
just watching
WrestleMania.
wrestling.
No, we are on the road to WrestleMania, Jonesy. I'm feeling,
that was awesome, dude.
You know, I need
so good
Hogan to get me amped up.
Yeah,
Man, dude.
That's what paved the way.
That's what paved the way.
What are we doing next?
Oh, gosh, guys. Make sure and tune in next week. We are jumping forward a year or two. And we're gonna watch something. It's another double feature, but it all happens in one night.
Ooh.
It's got those moments, got that WrestleMania feel. It was a time when the wrestling fans demanded something and they were given it.
Yeah. The people spoke.
Guys, join us next week for Yeselmania.
Yeselmania.
Thank you for joining us tonight. If you like us, make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Even if you don't.
like, comment, subscribe. Just help us get in the algorithm. We're trying to get this thing going. If you prefer us on the audio version, man, the audio version is on all your favorite podcasting apps. Yeah, so check us out there. That's perfect. But guys, we'll be back next week, and make sure that you always drink responsibly so you can join us next week. But until then, we raise this glass to you. Thank you so much for joining us on the Drunk Rasslin Podcast.
Yes.